Yep. Welcome. 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 Let's get that out of there for now. Bom chibado, pessoas. Tudo bem? Happy Saturday, everyone. We'll stick that going down there. Give us a follow if you like. Welcome to Last Rites, Day 8. The last day of absolute bullshit. Tomorrow I'm subject specific. Monday is going to be excellent. So thanks for sticking with us. Thanks for watching. It is sad. It's a glorious, glorious sunshine out there. I've only just showered. God, I'm so out of breath. I think death is imminent. I am ridiculously out of breath. Now, I just literally had to run up and down the stairs. That was embarrassing, wasn't it? That I'm so out of breath. I think this could be the end. But anyone will care or notice, I think, when I die, which is good because I like crowds. You know, have you ever been to someone's funeral and you look around and think, "That's a lot. It's a great turnout." I don't think this many will come to mind, and then you start to resent the dead person. You're like, "Why? It's so nice. It's such a nice day. There are people, families crying, and there are." They're releasing balloons, or I haven't seen doves yet. I've been to a lot of funerals, but haven't seen doves yet. And I think, like 6 people will go to mine. And then they go, should we just go home? Should we just not even go to the bar? If I do get a chance to plan it, though, I might put some money behind the bar. If I get that far to planning. Oh, my lighting looks even today. And we all now turn into 14-year-old TikTok girls. We have to worry about lighting. Unbelievable. I don't know. Freshly showered, I feel good. I do feel good. I do want to find. I always put the water behind everything, which is pretty silly. Almost certainly no beer today. So yeah, healthy times. Tomorrow I'll have a few though. In London, what's going on here in the chat? Hey man. Yeah, me too. I've been to many. I had a spate of going to them when I was a child. My best friend, an auntie I was very close to. And then over, I'd say like over a 9-year period, probably like 15. I don't know. Like lots of family died, lots friends. And then they've been a little bit sporadic since then. My last one was just over a year ago. My dad's last sibling. So I think about it a lot. My mum and dad are getting old. All 3 of my siblings are unwell. Maybe I shouldn't be saying that publicly, but So and I'm sometimes reckless. Sometimes I don't look where I'm going, or in Brazil, I got run over a few times, and I had a man who looked like he did have a gun do finger guns at me in the street and in some rough area of Sao Paulo. I was like, all right, head down, let's try and get inside before the gun comes out. I'm making an amateur mistake. I'm looking at me instead of the camera. The camera's up here. It's an external thing. But yeah, I hope you guys are well on this lovely Saturday. I don't know what it's like over there, what the weather's like. Like I said, I've just got a hint of glorious sunshine. This is blocking my window here, but I went downstairs and went to the window and it's beautiful. So yeah, I'll be out and about visiting some family very soon again. I was asked to speak at my father's funeral, said Kevin, and there was no way I was getting up talking about a couple hundred people all together. Yeah, see, I'll probably get asked to speak at mine, I would think. And I'm probably more used to talking in front of people than any of my family. Like, not just comedy, I guess, but also for years before I did a job where I had to speak at fucking conferences and stuff and, smart people. So I've been doing it a long time, but it's always, I don't know. I think that, listen, I've been mentally hanging on to my dad's death. Not that it's happened, he's still here. For years, I've been thinking about it. He did get very sick a few years ago, got through it. But, I do worry. Listen, if my mum goes first, he'll be fucked. He can basically make scrambled eggs in the microwave he can probably cook soup or beans on toast. When he makes like a cheese and ham sandwich, he's always worked in the building trade, and I saw him the other day cutting some cheese. He holds a knife like he's shaving a bit of wood down with a box cutter or Stanley knife. Like he hacks the cheese off and then does the same to the meat, so he can get some food in between two bits of bread, so he could survive. But he's never cooked a fucking dinner in his life. Makes tea. I guess he can make a cup of tea, so he probably wouldn't die. But he'd, if my mum went first, he'd be would have to make sure he's getting some food in. I don't know. I guess spend all of her money on takeaways, I guess, until he cooks it. I guess it'd be the way. Yeah, I would struggle. I'd think about taking some drugs, but then like MDMA will make you too lovey and maybe sad. Coke would just make you too wild. Booze could go either way. You could end up. I can get very emotional on booze. I've cried on air on booze, and sober. Yeah, but I think could be really upset. I get upset at funeral. I'm okay. I'll make jokes and fuck around. The only part that does get me is when the coffin comes past. Every time. I'm getting emotional now. Every time. If it's like an uncle even or whatever, a friend, as soon as it comes past, I'm like, the lip starts going. And then you start Hulk because I'm a man, and I brought up by parents and time when you're not allowed to, and it's like just sort of looking at your feet or your younger nephews next to you holding it together, and you're like and then getting a bit of that, and then as soon as you get outside it's fine again because the kind of family are there. And then certainly from my family or my friends, when the wake happens, it's just let's go and drink fucking beer, let's get drunk, let's have some fun. See people you haven't seen forever that you only see at funerals now. That's always fun. Catch up with some family and friends. Yeah, then maybe have a little bit of a tear at night. But yeah, funerals are tough. Been to a lot of fun ones, in terms of the wake afterwards. Morning. Yeah, I've never been high. I don't really smoke too much weed. My cousin was smoking weed at his dad's funeral, which is my uncle's thing, last summer. He saw him go off into a field with his girlfriend smoking a big joint. Throw up in the shrubs outside the funeral. Yeah, that's rough. I've not been that fucked up at an actual funeral. I've been to like... I'm trying to remember. I think I've got to be... Yeah, I've been to my goddaughter's christening while I was high on ecstasy from the night before. Like, dude, I was like, look at my eyes, look at your eyes, look at the... Thank you for the gift. Like 2 hours before. And then I had to get home, get changed, get back down. And I remember just like, I'm at the thing with the water and they're talking about God, and I'm just, my pupils are like this. And then later in the day, I was just crashing. So at the little party thing afterwards, I was like, they want a photo of you and your goddaughter. I picked her up by the back of her clothes and just held her up to the camera and went, there you go. There's the picture. I'd love to find that picture. I missed my youngest nephew's christening from being fucked up from the pub. I missed it. I made the after party, but I missed the church thing. So yeah, oops. Yeah, I tend to stay sober for the actual thing. Listen, I might have if it's a close friend or especially my parents or something, I'll probably have a nip of something on the way into the crematorium, because it will just be a local crematorium, quick 10-minute service and out. But yeah, the after party is where it's at, for me. Yeah, my family aren't really into. We all drink. Well, most of us drink. So there'll be, all the cousins and stuff and brothers and stuff like that will all drink. My dad will have a couple of pints because he's normally driving. He obviously wouldn't at his funeral. My mum doesn't drink. My sister doesn't drink too much. So yeah, there'll be a few of us to get together for beers, but there's no one's really on drugs apart from, like I said, my cousin was on a bit of weed last time. Dino selected their spears to New York. In New York. Happy Saturday, Dean. You're having a good day. Must be early for you. I guess it's like 9 a.m., right? I did this at 9 a.m. one today. Tomorrow will be the penultimate one of these, and I'm going to talk about the Sex Pistols and the story around God Save the Queen from 1977, right? All the controversy around that stuff. And yeah, it's quite an interesting period in British music history. 1977. So tomorrow I'm basically going to talk about that. So I'll actually have a topic. I kind of wanted to do that for every day of these. God, I'm fresh today, aren't I? I'm fresh. I had 8.5 hours sleep. That's fucking it. I don't know where it came from. Every 4 months I have a good night's sleep. But I'm feeling good. 8:14 where you are. You're a little bit more central then, right? Yeah, that's right. A couple of states over. My geography's getting a little bit better. Yeah, there's no one's on. We don't take anti-anxiety pills in the UK. That's if you I guess some people are prescribed that stuff, but yeah, it's not as prevalent as in the US. We just man up. We just man up and have strokes at like 44. Your uncle backed his truck into a tree. Now that's a funeral. Yeah, I could see that kind of stuff happening at a family thing. But we're dropping like flies, man. So I think we'll get into another spate of funerals soon. I feel it coming. Just checking I haven't missed anything here. Yeah, so do that tomorrow. This today, yeah, I'll probably do an hour today, and then yeah, I'll talk about Monday stuff in a minute. There's some more news on that as well. I might as well let you guys know here for once. Hopefully I won't jinx it. Oh, so okay. So Kevin got on some mushrooms recently. He's been sending all kinds of pictures of his illegal drugs all over Twitter. Great till I fell in the garage. Then I was stuck in bed tripping all night with ice and a wrap on several parts of my body. Oh, you fell? Oh, fuck. I saw a tweet about you being sore or something. I thought, yeah, I don't know. Wow. Well, I hope you feel better, dude. That sucks. As we get older, when you're having a fall's my worst nightmare. I'm running up and down these stairs here, and it's steeper than I'm used to. I'm not. There are little things that remind me that I'm not as young as I was, and injuring yourself is. I was playing soccer even a few months ago, but I haven't played for a while. But even that now, a little injury, a little knock, it could be 6 weeks with my ankle like this or something stupid. So I'm not looking forward to injuring myself. But yeah, that's gonna fucking hurt, Dave. Oh, you're missing your weekends hiking. Fuck. Yeah, I'm going to get out for a small hike around here. It's, I've seen pictures. It's just woods and fields, literally for miles around. I might go to some places I've not been for a long time. Maybe I can't. Every time I think of doing something, I'm busy. Like I've got shit to do. Also, today's at about 9. Tomorrow, I've actually moved it back to 8 a.m. Eastern, which would be like 7 for you, because I'm going into London to see Stanhope tomorrow, but also I'm going to have a couple of hours in the day to meet some friends as well. Actually, I think we're all going to the show, actually. So, but because of all this travel, because of the Queen thing, London's fucked. I'm about 35 minutes from the centre of London. I can just go to a little local station and I'm in basically Baker Street, right? And then I can scoot round the edge, find a pub, have a beer, and then Hammersmith is just here where the gig is. And now just a little east of there is all this Queen shit, and people obviously coming in. My friends will be coming in on a main line from like the West Country, so that train might be busy, the station might be busy. I think I'm going to get away with most of it. The station might be busy, but then the actual tube, the metro lines could be fucked. But I think we'll be on the outskirts of it because Westminster stuff is a little west and a little south, and the queues are coming from west along the south bank. So it's like it's kind of the other way. So we should be able to nip in. I don't think I'm going to walk to the palace. I was going to, but I'm going to nip in, meet my friends. We'll go to a pub. We'll go to the show. It's that simple. We should be able to just miss it, but you never know. It gets a little bit crazy up there. So for that reason, I'm going to do this a bit earlier at 1 p.m. my time, which is 8 a.m. Eastern. Might be knowing up. It's all good. I'll just do it. So I can get on the road by 2 and in London by 3 something. Meet my friends about 4. So that's the plan. I just want to give myself that little extra bit of time. I always got to make sure there's no chaos. I think they're probably stopping engineering work and people have called off any strikes this weekend. So the travel should be quick. It was bad a few weeks ago and then he needs to go into town. So yeah, I'm like almost 1 hour 10 door to door here to the gig. I'll do 45 minutes and go to a pub. That'll be me. I'll be right around sort of Paddington, Earl's Court. I don't know. Yeah, glad at least you got some fun out of it. So you twisted your ankle, landed right at elbow. Oh, fucking hell. I head bounce on the fucking concrete. We're all too old for this shit. I'm still feeling that back of my head that I've probably got life-changing injuries from. I never got any medical care for. Yeah, that's not good. At your age, Kevin, that's a fucking... At 22, who gives a fuck, right? It's a bit sore. You have a couple of beers. Middle-aged men bouncing off the fucking floor. It's not cool. It's not cool. So I hope you feel better. Ice that shit up, rest it up. And yeah, get back to hiking next week, hopefully. And maybe get another night on the shrooms this week. See, for me, shrooms is so rare. Honestly, it's years apart sometimes. I intended to get to a place where it is every year. I've talked about it before. I haven't done it since pre-COVID. But I'm going to change that. Actually, a Welshman that we know might be able to get hold of some for us for when I go up there in a couple of weeks' time. So we'll have to look into that. Yeah. Get well. Concrete. Yeah, fuck concrete as well. I mean, I bounced off a wooden floor, like a hardwood floor, blocked flooring. But concrete, no, I don't want any. I used to play soccer, football on a 5-a-side pitch when I lived in Southampton, and it's basically concrete with a bit of sand. They called it AstroTurf, but the AstroTurf itself had worn off like 10 years ago, so it was concrete with a bit of AstroTurf and a bit of sand. So when you tackled or hit the floor, and even back then, like 8 years ago, I was still fairly aggressive, so I'd hit the floor, I'd go into tackles and all that kind of thing. And because it's got sand in it, you would get the friction burn from the AstroTurf, the pain from the concrete, and the sand on top would then rub in the wound. So it's just like, you come out there and your legs are just got gashes on like this every fucking time. But then when I was in Cardiff, I was playing on new 3G, 4D, I don't even fucking know, AstroTurf, and it's really nice and springy and modern. The only bad thing was it's covered in these tiny little rubber bullets, these rubber pellets that when you get home, they just fall out of your feet and shoes for days. But that's fine. That's just annoying. That just means you got to clean. Yeah, and I was super aggressive then as well. So I would hit the floor and try and fucking smash people in. But I would always have these big... Did I tell you about the time I knocked... there was this one guy, and the age range was like 22 to 55. Like at this place, it was with our bosses and with our colleagues and academics and teachers and people off the TV. We knew a guy from the BBC, one of the news anchors used to play with us. Tom, nice guy. But there was this one guy who was like, I'm about 6 foot, right? There was one guy, he must have been 6'4", probably 50 odd. He was a retired police officer, big guy, but he was a fucking dick. I mean, he was a police officer, so he was a striker. So he was always goal hanging. He would never pass and always just trying to shoot. No one liked him. His name was Nigel. Go fuck yourself, Nigel. One day I was in goal. We played on the big pitch, like 11 aside. I was in goal, and the ball's coming over. He was super aggressive, so he's trying to jump into me, and he's a big guy, way bigger than I am. So if you cower back or do nothing, he'll just flatten me. So I thought, no, I'm going to go in at him pretty hard as well. So we're both sort of going in the air. The ball's coming across. He's trying to head it, and I'm trying to like probably push it away or something. So I look away, punch the ball like this. I land. We come together pretty hard. I turn back round. He's upside down in the air, like the Matrix, right? This big guy is just, his feet are in the air, his head is this way. As he hits the floor on the top of his head, and I saw his face go, and then it just shuts off. Like his body shuts down, his face and brain shut down. So he's got bonk. So he's clearly unconscious. He lands on his side, and then with a pretty fucking heavy thunk, I sort of get up and like, thinking, he's gone over. Oh well, but it's a slight contact sport. It's fine. And then you hear this scream, this like, but it was worse than that. He was howling. So we're like, fuck. We think he's genuinely injured. So I mean, we couldn't move him. We couldn't get him up. They called the paramedics. So the paramedics come in. We're all waiting around, kind of annoyed as well. I mean, we kind of feel a bit bad for him, but also kind of annoyed because we want to play. It's like our Monday night release. The paramedics come and start treating him. So we just pull the goal forward and keep playing. And as he's being treated, the medics are having to duck from the fucking balls coming. We're like, fuck off. We're carrying on playing. This guy is like, ah! One of my friends next to me just screaming at him like, wow, get up, pussy, as he's being treated. And eventually, when we play, he gets up. They say, okay, we think, you just got some, you've taken a bit of a whack. We think you're okay. Don't drive home, though. Here's some basic painkillers, some paracetamol. That's it. That was their treatment. He's like, okay, waddling away. I never apologize to the guy, by the way. He's a friend of my boss's. I never say sorry once. And this comes from my dad years ago. If you have a car accident, you never apologize. You never say sorry. Even if you drive into a family, you never get out and go, oh my God, I'm sorry. Because you're kind of admitting some sort of culpability legally. So I was just like, yep, hope you feel better, as he's been driven home. It turns out he should have gone to hospital, and he was way more injured than anyone realized. Not only had he knocked himself out, obviously, he had broken 4 ribs, bruised internal organs. He couldn't go to work even. He couldn't go to his office for 3 months because he couldn't sit in his chair. He was like an IT guy. He was like, he couldn't even stand at a standing desk, and he couldn't play football for 6 months. And I never apologized. The day he came back, I looked at my friend and said, I'm gonna clatter him. As soon as we start, I'm gonna take his fucking legs out just to let him know there's no awkwardness. So that was my apology. I shook his hand, said welcome back, and then I clattered him. He got up with a bleeding arm from that sandy concrete AstroTurf, as did I. And that's it. That was the end of the story. But I never liked the guy. But I fucked him up, and I never apologized. Look, my memory of the incident was I punched the football, right? But my boss, who was standing like 30 meters to the right, no, probably 10 yards to the right, said, no, Carl, you punched him straight in the face, which like sent him this way, and then he bounced off his head and all that. So yeah, it looked like I just punched him in the face, but there was no intention to do it. I probably cowered a bit because he's coming at me and then tried to punch the ball, but it was soft. It felt soft. So, pussy. I'm glad I did it. Sue me, bitch. How are the ribs? Nigel. Anyway, there you go. I got excited. Yeah, exactly. For good intention. I mean, none of us were at high school. We were way beyond that. Some of it. He was 50. pads and helmet. Yeah, I bet they think that's a lot of the source of CTE and concussion because you have protection, so people think we're going to hit harder, and they think that the level of brutality of some of those hits is what's really fucked people up. But I think if the sport is at such a point now where you couldn't remove it because it would just be worse. But good morning, Sir Matt Napo. I'm very excited and very refreshed today. I just told a story about me knocking an old man out by accident. Great fun. Because we're not pussies over here, we don't really sue each other, although it is creeping in. But I hope those ribs are doing good, Nigel. Yeah, so that's it. In nice and early today, even earlier tomorrow, 8 a.m. Napo will be asleep. Kevin will be coming down off mushrooms. Dean will still be up DJing. Just so I can get into London, avoid the crowds, get to see this this new comedian called Dan Dudley. There's a friend of mine, and you'll all meet her soon, who can't say Stanhope's name. She didn't know anything about him. She's a comic. And every time she sends me a video going, is it Dean Studland? Like, what's his name? Dan Stugley. But yeah, some guy with a big head and a little body from the desert. Go and see him do comedy. Yeah. Oh yeah. I played this year. I was playing this year, but for the most part, I was never as aggressive, and that most people were okay. I actually got knocked out last year, so a little bit of karma. About a year ago, I got knocked out. I landed on the back of my head by someone who's been a bit too aggressive, because it's kind of an agreement. Like, this isn't. We're not in competition anymore. You know, people in where I was playing for a few years in Cardiff were like somewhere between 30 and 47. That kind of range. So none of us want to. You know, I got my ankle stabbed on, I got knocked out, but that's all over 2 years. It wasn't much was happening, but mostly it was just for fitness and running around and having fun. And I really miss it from not being in Cardiff. And I think I'd like to play again, but it's just finding a team and finding a bunch of people that are okay, that don't take it too seriously, but serious enough to be it fun. I love it. It's a great, you know, I just enjoy playing. But it's harder and harder. The injuries get harder as we get older. Well, Stanhope's one of the great. I mean, you don't even need to say that. I don't think. He's one of the best. So I don't really give a shit if I just see him working stuff. Who gives a fuck? But you know, the last time I saw him, he was great. The show that I saw in 2019 was way better than the special recording. Way better, and it's in a little room as well. This will be in a slightly bigger place, but it's quite a good venue for comedy. It actually works pretty well. No, he'll know that, and he'll also know the yeah. I mean, that's no one is at full capacity every night. As you know, no one. But yeah, no, I love comedy. I see comedy, you know, all the time. So yeah, I see a lot at every single level, and it's all good. I've only seen Stanhope live once, so looking forward to that. Should be good. Looking forward to catching up with some friends before the show that I haven't seen in over a year. It's one of those things where you always used to be together all the time, and then you get to a point it's like, can we at least meet once a year? And now that's getting tough. So I'm very much looking forward to seeing a few of those before, get a couple of beers stuck in. Should be good. It's quite a big place, Kevin. It's quite a bit. It's not a small club. You'll get some drunk people. I'm not getting drunk before I go in. You get some idiots that have been drinking all day because it's a Sunday night and it's a bank holiday weekend. So yeah, but it should be pretty minimal, and the staff should be pretty good in there, to be honest. It's not like a small club, but it should be. No, the staff are pretty good at taking care of that. Go and tell you to be quiet, and if not, you'll get out. So No, I'm sure it'll be fine. And then the place I'm seeing Louis in about 3 weeks is Wembley Arena, a bigger place. I've never been in there for a sit down gig. Been in there for a stand up music gig years ago, but it's a nice venue. So I'm looking forward to that. I'll be about halfway back there, I think. No idea where I'm sitting tomorrow. I haven't looked. I bought this ticket 3 fucking years ago. Who gives a fuck? I'll find out tomorrow. Not sitting with my friends who brought our tickets separately. It's weird. It's like we're talking about this in 2019. Brought it in like January 2020. I forgot about it, to be honest, until a couple of weeks ago. I've been 100% of my life hearing number 4. Yeah, I mean, yeah, yeah. Everyone's going to have their own opinion, right, including the comic. So there's no like this was 75%. This was, I guess if you've seen someone a bunch of times, you can have your opinion. I did a gig once in London. I come off stage, right? Lovely little underground venue. I was kind of nervous because it is, I couldn't. The lights were so bright, I couldn't see anyone, anything, including the people lighting me to get off. I was like, I couldn't see anything. The lights, it's stupid. But I come off, speaking to some people upstairs. This was just before COVID, so I've lost contact with all these people. Had a nice drink afterwards and stuff. And someone come up to me and he goes, "Yeah, that wasn't really comedy. What you do though, is it?" I was like, I just didn't even know what to fucking say. I was like, what? I couldn't get my thoughts together. Now I'd be quick. I go, "What do you mean?" And then say something. But I was like, what? Yeah, it's not really comedy. What you do is what? Okay, I don't know. I'm trying. That's the intention. I'm at a comedy show on stage saying stuff. Some people are laughing. I mean, yeah, people talk. Yeah, people are fucking annoying, to be honest. You always get one in the crowd. Yeah, I'm still angry at that guy 3 years later. Breakfast up at 5, breakfast at 6, back to bed by 8. Yeah, I'm not really a breakfast guy. I can't really eat early unless I'm really going somewhere. And even then, if it's like an airport, I'll normally grab some food there. I've grazed a bit today. 2:30 p.m. I'll eat tonight. I'll make up for it tonight. Yeah, then the next day is yeah. The next day is always worse, Callie. Doug said it's great. So yeah, I'd expect nothing less, and it's a couple of months after you did the New York gigs as well. So whatever. I'm not worried that it won't be good or that I won't enjoy it. So I'll go and have a couple of beers, see my friends, enjoy a nice show, and then fuck off, get back home. Get the fuck out of London before the real crazies get in. I mean, they're there now. That queue yesterday, when I said it was 14 hours, it's now 22 to 24 hours long. David Beckham, you probably know him, actually queued for 12. He's got a knighthood, or not a knighthood, but he's got an OBE or something, an award from the Queen. He stood in the regular queue for 12 hours and was just chatting to everyone, sharing fucking donuts and coffee and shit. So fair play to that guy. And then some TV stars are getting shit for getting in the VIP lane. So yeah, let me see if I can find some video of that. But yeah, fair play, because he could. He's one of the most famous people in the UK. He's got awards and all that. People, it's actually got a hashtag. It's like the queue. Now 24 hours, and it's largely old people that are in there. Their kids are probably taking them, but it's people in their 70s and 80s that are in the queue for 24 hours. Yeah, I guess if I share this one first. Okay, and I have contact lenses in today, so I've got no fucking excuse at all. If I stop that one, I'm going to share another screen here. Give me 1 second. Beckham Q. Beckham the Q. So you need to search for. All right, so let's have a check here. Is that on? There we go. It's Beckham. Just in the fucking queue. But there's plenty. This is as he's right at Westminster, but he was literally queuing the whole way down the Thames, just in the regular fucking punter queue, being friendly, chatting to everyone. Probably makes it a nice experience for other people. Is he firing a gun there? Yeah, with the British Army, I think. Yeah, just chilling out. Obviously, that suit's probably worth more than anyone else's clothes that are around. But I don't know what that is. So fair play. But there's a juxtaposition picture. Then that's him getting all emotional when he's inside. But I think it's genuine, you know. I think his family were into the royals and all that stuff. These two are two morning presenters, and I think Schofield's looked at the camera and thought, we're fucked. Because they snuck in the get in early lane, like it probably took them 30 minutes. And this guy, way more famous, way richer, just stood in the regular queue. So that was quite an amusing one. So I forgot to do it up top. So YouTube, it's kind of about the royals, I promise. Let's catch up on some of this now. Woke up starving. That's fair, yeah. And plus you're injured. You need your strength. Yeah, you can see the queue from space. Well, I mean, probably right, because satellites are pretty high def these days. So yeah, you probably can pick up the blob. It looked like a blob along the river for sure. Saw a blind guy with a walking cane in line to see the Queen. Yeah, but maybe you can't see in the normal spectrum, but you can see an X-ray because then he could see through the coffin. So you haven't thought it through at all, right? So don't start making comments without thinking things through. Well, Americans, unfortunately, Napo, they've always had an obsession with the royal family. Always. The cliches, right? You go to America and it's like, how do you know the Queen? Yeah, it's a cliche, and most people cotton on to that cliche now. In a minute, I might have to go and get a refresh of Aqua for a second, if I can play something. I don't know if I can play anything. Yeah, people get crazy. I think it's weird to even want anyone to be prime minister or president. I think that's weird. If you have a guy in politics or a female, this is who I want to lead me. Go fuck yourself. Yeah, it's all weird. And when you get obsessed over stuff like monarchy, it's wild. Like Matt queuing up for house outside a barbershop. Sorry, I messed up your line there. Yeah, you might see ghosts with dead people. Oh, there's some other great stuff. Let me show you. First of all, there's a couple of things. Someone tried to rush the coffin. I don't know what their intention was, but someone tried to rush the coffin, and the police fucked him up immediately. Let me see if I can bring. I'm just waiting for that to load in the background here. Oh, they fucking copyrighted the videos. These motherfuckers. It's got to be somewhere. First of all, I'll show you a picture of. I'll show you a picture of it, but they've copyrighted all the videos in the last 5 minutes. It's fucking wild. Okay. This is the man with his he's been George Floyded. He's got a knee on his neck, and I think a hand and a head and a foot on his head. They're not fucking around. But that's inside. That's right next to the coffin. I'm going to try and find the video. But these fucks. I mean, fuck news. Fuck all media anyway. Fuck CNN. Fuck Fox. Fuck the BBC. Fuck Sky. They're all cunts, right? And none of them want to tell you news. They just want to make money from clicks on stuff. This is what this copyright is coming from. It's fucking wild. Just let us see it, goddammit. But yeah. So now there's literally nothing in the search engine. I'll be able to find it, but maybe Instagram will do me a solid. Let me try and find you on I'm not as dumb as Napo opening up my DM screen on YouTube. Don't do that again. Yeah, let me look on Sky News. They might have it. Yeah, so some guys try to rush the coffin. I'm surprised. Okay, maybe I can find it for tomorrow in time because and I'll download it if I see it. But yeah, it's not been clipped up on their news channel yet. So some guy rushes the coffin, and then the police immediately shove him, and then he's just fucked up on the floor. So I think they picked him up and just carted him out. So they were pretty quick on it, to be fair. Toaster resembled the Queen on eBay always. Yeah, they've been pretty strict on this queue. Actually, there's probably people selling coffee and donuts and shit. But yeah, Royal merch always flies out the fucking door. They shot if you go to central London, like anywhere, like New York probably, but I love New York and all that. But in those kind of shops, there's a lot of monarchy stuff. Although it's kind of there's less of it. And these you go in these gift shops and there's little things of Westminster and Buckingham Palace and the Queen. There's probably less of it now, but yeah, for sure there'll be people grifting. Of course, yay capitalism, right? Why shouldn't they be allowed to make money from a death? It's in London when Thatcher died. Yeah, that was well celebrated. There's a statue in a hometown, and it just keeps getting vandalised like within hours. But she was, I guess, the symbol of the monarchy can piss people off. But she, in particular, personally made decisions that really affected. In the long term, dare I say it, it was probably good to change from industry to economics for the economy, basically. But because to do that though, you've got to fire everyone in industry and close down them. You've got to close down coal mines and factories and all that. So that obviously caused generational poverty, to be honest with you. So she's not a popular person, and they did some other shit. Long term, it's probably a good decision, but maybe she was a very harsh lady. She had a pair of balls on her. And she came to power in like the late 70s, so a female world leader. She had to be tough as fucking nails. Old bitch, but yeah, very well hated to this day among many people. I wasn't really old enough to see a lot of it, but I remember her, and I remember the hatred of it sort of around me. So I can't play that. What else have I got? Might be it on Royal News. Yeah, so someone's. Oh no, I know what I can play. Give me a second. If I do this on another tab, that's safer. Some guys made a fucking. Oh, I posted the. Don't know if you saw it, Napa. I posted the Rolling Stones recording "Sympathy for the Devil." Sort of the take. I think it's probably the one of the final takes. It's got a good clip of that on there. I'm trying to find this video that I put up. Don't tell me they've. I know this isn't entertaining for you right now. Oh, fuck me in the ass. Sorry, give me 1 second. Laptop was dying. Emergency almost over. Remember to plug your laptop in, Carl. Okay. So yeah, I saw a great tweet. So for the queue, at this stage, wouldn't it make more sense to wheel the Queen past the queue? Right? It certainly would. Oh, here we go. I've cut by Richard Parry. I did tweet it, so it is on my profile, but I'll play this for you now. Sorry for the delay there. At least I can see today. The last 2 or 3 episodes I haven't been able to see. If this comes up. Boom. Right, there we go. Okay, so let me see if I can play this. This fucking guy is like rendered this stuff. Let me see what that looks like on StreamYard. Okay. Let me see if this sound will come through.
Hi everyone. I think I've finally got a solution for the Queen's coffin lining up problem. The problem that we're having really is that it's taking about 30 hours for people to get through it, which is that's just unconscionable. So I think the way that it's running right now is that people are queuing up either side of the coffin, and they're sort of doing their last respects. This is not efficient. We're giving the Queen has got a lot more surface area than we're giving her credit for. We need to get rid of this. So what I'm proposing is that we put the Queen, we mount the Queen to a Kawasaki robotic arm, and we bust out all the windows in Westminster in the hall, and we move the Queen around on the Kawasaki arm so everyone gets a good view of her. And this way, I mean, the view, it's going to be quick, but you do get to see it. This way we can handle about, I think it's 80 mourners per second. So that's pretty good. We can handle the entire country of 67 million people within about 3 days. So that's pretty good. That's just in time for the funeral. Let me know what you think. I don't know if we want to get this off the ground, we're probably going to have to start pretty soon.
There we go. So that is that was at Richard Parry with underscores either side. It's on my profile. Go and have a look. I thought it was fucking great. He'd knocked that together like yesterday. Yeah, get on a robot arm and swing the bitch around, with futuristic travelators. Yeah, a wheeler past the queue. You just say to everyone, put her in Hyde Park, huge park. You do a little snake thing and say, we're going to wheel her past. We'll do it for 2 days. You get 10 million people go up there. Who fucking knows? 10 million might be a bit much, but Yeah, someone else posted the video of there's a video of a cow being dragged upside down by a chopper, and they just do this. Yeah, just drag her past on the ground. Exactly. Yes, you could get around every major city in the UK. It's just a lack of logic. Plus, they're live streaming this. You can just watch it. I get it. Going in the Abbey and it's very real, and I'm sure it feels cool to be in there. It probably would. If there was no queue, I might go, not to pay respects, but just to the grandeur. But I'm not queuing for a whole day of my life. I waste enough days. My mum would be in that queue. Now, they've driven on holiday west, and they're getting old. It's all the talk of this might be our last holiday, and all. But she would have gone up there. I swear she would have gone up there. So I'm so glad they've gone away this week. Unbelievable. I'm going to try and find something to play while I go and get a quick drink. I'm going to wrap it up in like 20 minutes, but I need constant refreshments. Is there anything to play? I haven't really got anything ready, if I'm honest. Wait, what? What do you mean the Queen? Not her, Jamie. Her Majesty? No, this can't be true. It can't be true. The Queen is Dead is the third studio album by English rock band The Smiths, released on 16th of June 1986. Is that what you mean? Not Her Majesty. Not Her Majesty. Not the Queen. Oh my God. Okay, Morris is still coming up, but the actual Queen's dead. Wait. I'm going to go and get a glass of water and think about this. All right. Hang in there for like 1 minute. This can't be true. I can't believe it. Sing along, guys. Just King, long live our noble King, save the King. Emotional. Thanks for bringing me that news, Jamie. What a great moment to share together. I didn't get water. I got Diet Coke because Elton John sold me this on a fucking advert in the 80s. Just for the taste of it, Diet Coke. I'm sure he did that. That fuck. Queen of Canada. She is the Queen of Canada. Queen of my double wide trailer. Thanks, Jamie. There was someone that looked like your son. There was someone that looked like Halen. I think he was carrying a flag. I think it was in the queue yesterday. I was telling him earlier, David Beckham queued for 12 fucking hours in the queue. Holly and Philip went in the VIP lane, and there's such a guilty photo of those fucks. Jamie, did you see this guy's rendering of the solution to show more people the coffin? He did like a game engine rendering, I think. If not, I'll play it again for content. All right, I'm going to play it again for Jamie. All right, so it's an idea to get more people to see the coffin.
Hi everyone. I think I've finally got a solution for the Queen's coffin lining up problem. The problem that we're having really is that it's taking about 30 hours for people to get through it, that's just unconscionable. So I think the way that it's running right now is that people are queuing up either side of the coffin, and they're sort of doing their last respects. This is not efficient. We're giving the Queen has got a lot more surface area than we're giving her credit for. We need to get rid of this. So what I'm proposing is that we mount the Queen to a Kawasaki robotic arm, and we bust out all the windows in Westminster in the hall, and we move the Queen around on the Kawasaki arm so everyone gets a good view of her. And this way, I mean, the view, it's going to be quick, but you do get to see it. This way we can handle about, I think it's 80 mourners per second. So that's pretty good. We can handle the entire country of 67 million people within about 3 days. So that's pretty good. That's just in time for the funeral. Let me know what you think. I don't know if we want to get this off the ground, we're probably going to have to start pretty soon.
Agreed. To Don't Stop Me or Can't Stop Me Now as well, in Scottish bagpipes by the Queen. By the Queen? Of the Queen. To the Queen? Up the Queen. Yeah, I'm off out in 10 as well. I'm off out in a minute, actually. Gonna have to pretend to love that family for the day. Don't get too fucking drunk tonight, Jamie. I don't want you jeopardizing your comedy career by fucking 9 o'clock. Did you open that buffalo last night? Wrap up like a mummy and put her on tour. Yeah, and you could like film like a Blair Witch type documentary with it as well. Yeah, and or just swing that from the chopper as you go round. You know? Good man. That's all right, my friend. I'm always there to help out. Yeah, Elton John sold me Diet Coke. I'm going to go and see the family again. Kev always knows. What we drinking at your party? 2 weeks. 2 weeks today, right? Keely and Jamie's 20th anniversary. You know, there's probably more behind you than there is ahead of you. Yeah, that's 2 weeks today. It's also my mother's birthday. So I'm not only am I shunning friends I haven't seen for 8 years, I'm shunning my mother's birthday to come to your party. Fucker. You should be happy. Beer and whatever we put in a jug. Nice. Right, you fucks. I'm going to hang on for a few more minutes while Jamie's here. So Monday, tomorrow, Jamie, I'm doing 1 p.m. our time, 8 a.m. their time. I'm just going to be talking about predominantly the Sex Pistols and God Save the Queen and that 1977 drama that happened over that year, and probably some shit as well. Monday, fucking 5 a.m. Eastern to 7 a.m. Eastern, we're covering the funeral live of Dykes and Mann. So check that out as well. And then 6 p.m. our time, 1 p.m. Eastern is the Last Rites. I was calling it Three Kings Cometh, but I might change the name. It's me, Jamie Dykes, Brett Brock, and we should be getting an appearance from Andy Andrist. So 2 Yanks, 2 Brits, and that should be a lot of fun. I'm sure me, Brock, and Jamie will be on there the bulk of it, and we'll see Andy when he wants to come in. But yeah, we'll be boozing, beer drinkathon. I'll be getting the booze in first thing. That motherfucker! People might be shutting the shops, but I've got booze in the house I can get to if need be. Monday morning. Tomorrow, Dean. It's going to be probably like 8 a.m. Eastern, just because I've got to get into London. You know what? I don't want to fuck with the crowds. I don't want to fuck with the transport and all that. So it's going to be 1 p.m. UK, 8 a.m. Eastern tomorrow, for an hour at the most, and then I've got to get on the road immediately after that. And Monday will be 5 a.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Eastern for the 2 podcasts. The second one with Andy Andrist, Brett Brock, Jamie Dykes, and me. So yeah, thanks for jumping in here. Have a good day at work, Kelly. I'm off soon as well. You went to say went to see Mishka last night in Bisbee. What a treat. What an absolute treat, Tom. How was that gig, sir? So there was someone else on the bill as well, right? I'm trying to catch up with everything this morning, but it sounded like a good gig in one of the bars over there. Yeah, Tom, I'll be wrapping this up soon, sir. But I'm feeling very fresh today. I had 8.5 hours sleep. It's fucking wild. It's glorious sunshine. I'm going to get out into some of it in a minute. This is probably the day I found out I get AIDS because I'm so happy. And like, you wondered why you were going bald, didn't you? That's what when you're getting a doctor with a sense of humour, you were wondering why your hair's been falling out since you were 20, haven't you? It's AIDS. I bet he was, sir. I bet he was. Yeah, it must have been fun. Must have been fun. Yeah, both Jamie and I saw him before I met Jamie. We both saw him on the same tour. So Jamie went to one place, I went to another. And Hack would have been driving him around, which I kind of saw, but we didn't know Hack then either. It's weird that we're all kind of in the same space. Probably about 3-4 years ago, maybe 2018, something like that. Yeah, cheers, Tom. Yeah, I've got to get into London early to avoid the crowds. I'm meeting up with some old friends. I mean, we got these tickets in fucking 2020, like January. So it's like I even forgot about this until about a week ago. And then like, oh shit, I've got to do stuff. Yeah, it should be a good night. few beers, go and watch the show, and then out of there and back home as soon as I can. And then Louis C.K. in 3 weeks as well. So seeing two comedy legends in a few weeks, which should be good. Oh, that's awesome, Kevin. You called Christine and in Norman and showed her the mish cookie. That's awesome. Yeah, I saw him in a tiny little room in an upstairs metal bar called the Griffon in Bristol. Tiny little place, and just I drank a lot of beer and had a lot of fun. That was pretty good. So glad you had a good gig, Tom. Have a great day. Have a great Saturday, all you fucks. Jamie, get out there with the family. Pretend to love them for a bit so we can get some credit in the bank for podcasting. And that'll be good. But I'm going to get the fuck out of here. I'm going to go and see my sister. And got some shit to do. So have a nice day. I'm going to take good advantage of this good mood. Tomorrow, all about God Save the Queen, the Sex Pistols in 1977. 8 a.m. Eastern. Be super early tomorrow. And then Monday, of Dykes and Mann covering the funeral, super early. And then at lunchtime for you guys-ish, Brett Brock, Jamie Likes Me, Andy Andrist. And that should be a good one on Monday. So thank you very much. And there's a hi-bye from the goddamn cheeseburger muncher from New Mexico. How are we doing? Yeah, I'm fucking off now. But I've had some fun today. Very nice. And I'll see you guys early tomorrow and on Monday. This is like Lord of the Rings now. I've said goodbye 4 times. We've played. Hey, so Aro, we played the national anthem. I've tried to sing it. I've saluted. Been a good time today. Take it easy. Have a great Saturday. There's a pigs from Jamie. And I think I'll end it on. Let's just keep it subject matter oriented. God Save the King. Oh, 1 hour loop. Who the fucking listen to that? All right, cheeseburgers for breakfast. Unbelievable. I'm super jealous. I'll get there one day for those exact burgers. Take it easy. Have a good day. And watch your manners. Give your mum a kiss.